Hello Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and welcome to your energy update, timeless energy update. Hope you guys are doing well and in high spirits. Thanks so much for being here. All right, let's go ahead and see what your current overall energy is. Nice. You got this energy of divine timing, okay? The universal clock, some kind of waiting going on. Your main energy and main focus. Clarify, please, Sagittarius, your current energy and focus. Oh, wow. That's a lot. Could be focused on waiting for something to come through in family matters or love matters here. This could be an emotional situation, okay, with someone that you love or multiple people. Could be just waiting for things to play out. Anything to add? You've got a lot going on in your current energy. Wow, really strong beginnings. Ace of Wands and Ace of Swords, both beginnings energy. One is a beginning around passion, around movement, around that fiery Wands energy. And another is a beginning around either speaking your truth, getting the truth, new perspectives, maybe even your voice is receiving some kind of a new tinge or a new element to it, or you're being able to communicate differently. It isn't kind of a upgraded energy, okay? So with this combination here, it does speak of really huge beginnings in your own personal life, in your personal world, okay? I feel like you might give up, not literally, but you might just be waiting more on the family matters while you focus on your own beginnings here, okay? All right, let me see if there's anything else here in your current energy. It doesn't just have to be family. It can also be self-worth, okay? Self-confidence, how you give and receive love in general. This can also be about old relationships, be trying to heal from old relationships. There is this energy of shadow here a bit too. And maybe waiting to see, you know, when is the time for you to really work on and integrate that shadow. You may not feel it totally yet. You may be deciding to invest elsewhere in these energies of beginnings. You also may be seeking your truth and your new perspectives here, or the truth and new perspectives, which you're feeling maybe will help you to do any work with shadow integration here, self-love, receiving or giving love, etc. So what is your main challenge or obstacle right now, Sagittarius? Please and thank you. This can be minimalizing. This can be feeling free and lighthearted enough to travel. This can be about travel. This can be going on a journey. This could be starting new adventures with a light heart, not bringing a bunch of baggage into them. This could also be dealing with a youthful or a younger fire energy like yourself. So Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, sorry, wow. Sun, Moon, or Rising energy here are a bit of youthful or a bit younger than you. Yeah, I feel like this has more to do with venturing out. Four of Pentacles could say that we are having trouble, you know, releasing our hold sometimes, and it's not real trouble like, oh, something's wrong, but it could just be hard sometimes to move out of security. Sometimes we don't even recognize where we're holding it onto any kind of security here, to our foundations, to our material comforts or foundations as well that feel, you know, even semi-stable. The Page of Wands is it's adventure, it's journey, it's travel, so it doesn't feel as stable as your Four of Pentacles over here, which, apologies, is exactly what there's a bit of a trouble or a challenge here to go on towards, to go on for. All right. Okay, just adjusted the angle a bit here, you guys. Let's go ahead and see what your advice is. Your advice for moving through these challenges. Your advice is similar. It's like, again, you're not giving up for good, but it could feel like that sometimes. It's kind of giving up on something for the moment to focus on these beginnings, to focus on your own journey here. on your own adventure, your own beginnings, your own things, okay? This is the energy of letting something with family or giving and receiving emotions here, or the shadow or an old relationship, the self-worth, self-love. It's almost letting this come to a defeat, a completion that is implied there, letting it complete, okay? Letting it, just letting yourself give up on it, basically. That's how I look at that. It's really just you letting yourself give up on it. And it isn't a permanent thing. It's just for now. So that's both what's happening and it's in your advice. Any other advice for Sagittarius, please and thank you. I just saw 111 on the clock. King of Pentacles, that could be a masculine earth energy here. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Great energy actually there for you in your journey. Could be something that's sleeping. Could also be something to do with your wealth, your business, your money. I feel like there's a lot of movement for Sagittarius, like being called either to move or to journey or to venture. You are being called to close a cycle here, to complete a cycle with the world, okay? And this is naturally happening. It's not necessarily something that you need to make happen, but it is something that you don't want to fight the call of, right? So for example, if we just can't let go, or we choose not to let go or give up on something that is it's probably exhausting you, the Six of Cups energy, then, you know, you could always push off this cycle close here. But if you let this come in and you know, let this go, which is not necessarily easy to do, otherwise you would just do it, right? And you focus here. It is going to help you line up with that movement, that energy of movement and that cycle completing. And it's not a real failure. You might interpret this as some kind of failure or some kind of finality that is permanent, but it's not. It's okay if it feels like that. It's okay because it's part of it, right? The process, but it's not Sagittarius. So if you happen to be seeing this, please know that it's really not final. It's just for now. Any other advice for Sagittarius? Please and thank you. Yeah, I do think this is about releasing yourself. Again, there's a lot of fours like that you're being called to kind of move away from. So releasing yourself from certain structures of authority, from certain, like a need to control, or a situation or a circumstance or an environment that is based around a structure of control or sort of a masculine authority. This is kind of you moving away and out of that. There's a different way to do things here that is more free and more open, okay? And you are adventure in a lot of ways, Sagittarius. So aligning to your adventurous spirit is very refreshing and renewing for you, just as a whole. I know we have other placements that can affect that, but any other advice? Okay. I do hear keep your wits about you. And don't stress out unreasonably or like doubt unreasonably. Try to watch that. If you're like, watch a reasonable amount of doubt is okay, but sometimes it can be unreasonable. Now, anything that you can look forwards to coming up in the near future here for Sagittarius. Anything you can look forwards to coming up in the near future, Sagittarius. I feel like this is you continuing to move into more clarity and more truth and more transparency in your life. This is also less running away from, or less like people that just run away from, and more facing what life has to offer or give in a new way. There's more of like living life in a different way coming through, okay? And this is something you've already been working on for a while, but it continues. You do have as well, beyond this movement and this journeying and these changes, you have a really nice energy of legacy here with Ten of Pentacles. This is very strong energy financially, or when it comes to your stability in the material world, okay? It can also speak of relationships and partnerships, teamwork, you know, career, but it's really an energy of stability. It's also an energy of level up or reaching the end or the top of a level here. So this is very much a completion, an outcome, a successful completion, a celebration even, of, you know, a job well done. You've accomplished a form of stability here that maybe you didn't foresee that you could, especially by going through these changes and these movements and releasing and letting go of things here. Maybe you didn't think it could happen, but it does, okay? It could be in part to this earth energy as well. If you end up joining forces with an earth energy. Anything else that Sagittarius can look forwards to coming up in the near future? Please and thank you. Why looking forwards to this? Please explain. I do think you're going to get some real clarity about an ongoing dynamic or connection. If you've been involved in an off-on relationship specifically, okay, for those of you who have been in that, and it doesn't even have to be romantic, though it can be. It can also be like a family thing or something else, friendship. But if you've been involved in a dynamic that is very off and on, like over time, or something that, you know, you keep going back to with that passion, maybe it stirs up a kind of passion in you, I think you're finally going to get the real clarity about this once and for all. It kind of fits into the Six of Cups energy for me still, that you're waiting on and moving on from. It's like you finally get some kind of resolution or peace with this. And again, it feels very final. It's not in the way that, you know, you're going to keep going on and off with this person, but it's not in the way you think it is, okay? I do feel like you're going to be very strongly, there will be a little bit of disappointment there, of course. It's off and on for a reason. There's still an attachment. So there can definitely be a disappointment that comes with that, but there's also a lot of expansion that comes with that. You may put a boundary or a wall up once and for all to this energy and really block it out as you move forwards. And this may feel, again, a lot more permanent than it ever has. You're going to be called here to move forwards, and to move forwards on the new level that you're at. It feels a lot more integrated, a lot more balanced. It feels like you've learned how to balance certain aspects of yourself and your life in a different way. There's almost a form of mastery here, and there's strong intuitive pull forwards. You also have very long-term investments that pay out here, or maybe you're able to cash out things you forgot about, like long-term accounts or investments or something that you had, like quite literally. Like this can be stuff that is slow-moving energy, like things that you invest in over time, that you love to do or something, but it can also be like where you literally have like an account that's growing interest or something and you're able to cash it out. Or it could also have to do with like your health, your body, your well-being, your physical, your home, you know, this kind of an energy. But you're definitely going to be called to make some intuitive movement here. I just feel a lot more focused on yourself, and I actually feel like this is positive focus on self rather than the opposite, and that's calling in a lot more positivity towards you and to you, okay? Anything else? So Sagittarius, this is either a breakdown and breakthrough. It's a finally, I'm just going to stop, you know, trying and I'm going to move forwards. Or, you know, it's also just very intuitively, you're like, okay, I understand that I just can't give more to this right now, and it's time to give to my own thing, you know, it's that vibe. But I do feel you're going to be successful in releasing your attachment from something here, though some of you are quite stubborn, you hold. But it's really important that you give up on something here that is really draining you or taxing you, or is very up and down, back and forth, very emotionally shadowy, very, you know, could be like family energy here, something like that. And you're not betraying anybody by doing this, you know. In fact, you've been being called for probably a long time to do this, and you may have already started to, you know, you may already be trying at this. This is just further confirmation that you have your own beginnings, starts, and things that are really important here. And the more that you do and invest in and look at these, the stronger that you become, and also the stronger that you help the others that you are caring so much about become as well. It doesn't seem like that's the way, but it is, you know. It may seem like that to some of you now, actually, but I think for a long time in life it hasn't, you know. It's felt different, but this is kind of the reality that is presenting itself more and more to you as you go. So a lot more happier situations coming through, you guys. That's what we have for you. You can always email us frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. That's the only way to get personal readings with us, so please watch out. But until then, I send you lots of love. We send you lots of love and gratitude. Take care.